What's up, everybody? Welcome to the PixelPlay Sidequest, your bonus content here on YouTube. My name is Adam, aka CS Radical, joined as always Chris, aka Jin and Chris. We are back with another top 5 by Chris's decree, aka I gave him 2 choices and he picked this one over the other. We're doing Fire Emblem for character designs, aka the lots of armor / lots of not armor, depending on which gender they are most of the time.
This is true.
I will say, and without spoiling it, because we're obviously not going to give our list yet, but Chris, did you end up swaying more to the female side than the male side?
This was mostly a waifu selector for me.
And it's not exactly hard to see why, because if you actually do look at all the designs, they clearly understood their clientele and realized,
Yes.
we don't got to try that hard with the dudes.
No, really, they didn't.
Not that they needed to either.
No, they did not.
I think when the game eventually turns into a shipping simulator, you kind of throw the let's just say the attention to male design way out the window.
Yeah.
You don't really need to anymore.
Yeah, that guy can be a knight. Okay, moving on.
So we're also going to do this in reverse order now. I've noticed that we've now gotten to a point where we're finding our list being done way at the end now. So it's or before the end. So we're going to do the other way. We're going to start with 5 and work our way up. I'll just boot it up. For those, I just realized, too, it's been 2 weeks I'm out of practice. We do this in ranked order. So, we are not combining lists, so we're not doing 2 separate lists. We are combining them. So, whatever gets ranked number 1 on our list gets 5 points. Whatever gets ranked number 5 on our list gets 1 point, and we add the 2 together, assuming there aren't any disparities, but otherwise, if there are any tiebreakers, we just let the Google coin flip figure it out. Chris usually wins those.
Yeah.
I try not to talk about it, but I say it every time. But anyways, I'll start off with the only guy I have on my list, number 5, which is Claude from Three Houses.
Oh, I love Claude. I had Claude as well.
And where?
Claude's my number 4.
Nice.
Yeah, that's also...
And the only reason for that is you're a guy that doesn't just look like a dude in armor.
Yeah, that's
Good
the
job,
thing.
man.
Yeah. Yeah, Claude was so cool. I loved Claude. He, being the head of one of the houses, because I don't know if you played Three Houses, but obviously there's
I tried
three
for
houses.
a little bit. It didn't jive, and I think it was just because of the I don't know, the open world, or not the open world, the overworld of just kind of walking around didn't seem like it was of any interest. And since there's so much downtime, it kind of just took away from it.
Yeah. Well, Claude was really cool, as was, honestly, the 3 leaders of each house was pretty cool.
Yep.
But Claude was, and that's the exact reason I chose him. When I was looking at everybody, it was too much this is the same looking knight. Either it was the Marth or the Ike kind of look.
That's the thing. I had Ike and Ephraim on my list at points, but I just kept looking and be like, you're all the same thing. I can't.
Yeah, I had Ike at one point too. He ended up 7th or something, because I was like, well, he's traditional, but the thing is they kept reusing the exact same look, and it's hard to tell them apart at one point. So
yeah, the closest
Claude,
I
cool.
got, and I didn't end up picking them either because of them being just the male version of another character, so it didn't really work. Was Yarn, which is the male. I don't know what I think it's the Tagle, I think is what they were, the sort of beastkin looking motherfuckers from Awakening.
Yes, I think that's what, yes.
So I thought about them too, but then I'm like, but Pan is just female use, so there's just no differentiation there. So
100%.
there's just a few different guys where I tried to, but at the end of the day, Claude making number 5 was the best I could do.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
But honestly,
honestly.
he's got 3 points, so it's not terrible for him.
Yeah.
What was your number 5?
My number 5, also from Three Houses, though this will actually end my Three Houses reign for the other ones. But I got Dorothea. She had a really cool, old school, I don't know, newspaper.
Yeah,
cap.
she kind of reminds me of there's and obviously it's not the same clothing at all, but in terms of hairstyle and sort of the basic look of her, she looks a lot like the journalist from the new Trail series,
Yes.
the Calvert series that just came
Yes.
out, Marielle.
I have seen pictures. Yes, I know exactly which character you're talking about. Very similar style. Yeah, it's like yeah, she's got like that journalist, newspaper, old school vibe to her, and I really like that. Yeah, very interesting design. Very interesting design.
Yeah. Yeah, she's fine. Again, it's not one of those ones that like leaves off the page for me, so she didn't make mine. Number 4 for me, since we already got your Claude out of the way, I'm going from Fates, and I went with Rinka.
Rinka. Let me just quickly look up Rinka.
She is the one that's like, she's kind of got like the priest look, but she doesn't have a shirt on, so she's just like dark skinned and jacked.
Oh yes, Rinka. Yes. Yeah, she's jacked.
This is also going to be a list too that we're going to be very much all the ways. I also don't know why. Oh, I think I said priest because I was thinking of the fucking beads around her neck, but she's more of like a, I guess, sort of native battle bitch kind of deal.
Yeah. Very monkish.
She honestly looks like an ogre monk. Yeah.
Yeah. She's cool. I do remember her, but she did not make my list, unfortunately. But she is a very cool character.
I'm actually going to be surprised. There's maybe one shot I think I can think of where we have a match, and after that, I don't think we're going to match anywhere. So the fact that Claude was already a match is already like one more match than I was expecting. So
yeah, honestly, same. I'm not going to lie. When I chose Claude, especially, I was like, well, he's not making the list.
Well, I mean, so far we're doing all right. 4 and 5 are potentially going to be non-staying because there's a good chance now that all of ours are going to be solo picks. But we'll see. Yeah. What's your number 3? I'll let you go.
So my number 3, she's from Fire Emblem Gaiden, I think it's called, and her name was Celica. She's like a red-haired princess. I thought of her actually when I was going through this list because she comes back in Engage, Fire Emblem Engage, where a bunch of previous characters
or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. And I remember when she showed up, I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember you." And like, I always thought that her character design was really cool. It's like the red/pinkish kind of hair. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know what I mean. She just kind of. She looks. I don't know if I want to. I don't want to say basic. I don't want to be an asshole and say basic, but like she looks a lot like a lot of sword carrying Fire Emblem characters. And as I'm going to say this, my number 1 is going to be very much in that boat, but there's going to be a reason for why I kind of picked it. But I'll get to that later. Because as a complete difference of what these two are, my number 3 was Tharja from Awakening.
Oh yeah, very different.
A little different.
Yeah, very different.
Very different. But good pick still. Enough, like, part of it is the outfit is really cool and different. Honestly, her facial expressions is what makes the character design for her so much more memorable for me because she has a much different look than basically every character in the entire franchise.
Yeah, she's very, very unique. She almost looks like she's more from Legend of Dragoon than Fire Emblem.
Yeah. I mean, also just the yandere eyes. She looks like if you don't love her, she will kill you.
100%. She does scare me. Yeah, the only reason she didn't make my list when I did go over her was her bangs. I do remember I was like, I'm not a huge fan of her bangs, and then I moved on. Literally, that was what made me.
So there is no pleasing you then. Got it.
Yeah.
So we have a 3-way tie at 3 points. So we're doing great now because now we know we have at least. So, okay, it's guaranteed now that we are settling our top 4. Actually, you know what? We have already done our top 1 and 2, so it guarantees that 5 is now one of these 3. So let's just do the pick now.
Yeah.
I just realized that. I'm like, wait a minute. There's no way anything can go above this now. So, just on my list. So I have Tharja is going to be 1, Celica is going to be 2, and Claude's going to be 3 as I do my generator. Oh my god, I won 1. It's Tharja.
No, you didn't.
Hey.
I don't believe you.
Well, it's just too damn bad, isn't it?
No, I fully believe you. It's time. I think, honestly, with all the episodes we've recorded, I think it's time.
Now I'm just trying to find the right image, and I think that's the one I'm going to go with. So let's
just be careful where you search, because there was a lot of fan
Do you think I not know this? Who do you think you're talking to here?
Yeah, when I was preparing for the episode, I typed it in and went just to like Google Images, and I don't have like safe search on because I'm not 10.
What is safe search?
And Yeah, I was like, whoa, 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 hey, okay. Yeah. And then I checked Reddit. That was also a bad idea. A little safer,
I mean,
but
is
not
it a
by
bad
much.
idea? Is it really?
A bad idea for the podcast, not a bad idea for my own personal viewing.
You know. Anyways, so wait, no, I did my 3 second. You do your number 2 first.
My number 2. So this is one from Fire Emblem Engage, which I'm not sure if you played or not.
I played a tiny bit of it, didn't get too into it.
The VTuber one. So I went with a character
With
named
Pepsi Man?
With Pepsi Man. Definitely Pepsi Man. I went with a character named Ivy, where she...
Shit.
What?
Well, I wasn't expecting that, so I'm going to have to redo the tiebreaker for 5 and 4, because Ivy is my number 2 as well.
Really? Damn.
Yep.
Yeah, I just
her
love
design is sick.
It's sick. Like in the game, her character is also really cool. It's like one of those ones. Well, actually, I don't want to say just in case of spoilers, but she's kind of on different sides at different times and everything, and it's kind of like complicated and all that. But her design, like she showed up, I remember in the game, and it was at a time when I think you got like 2 or 3 characters introduced around the same time. You had the very typical knight girl, and another like evil, very stereotypical villain. But then Ivy walked in and I was like, whoa, now that is a unique character. Very, very cool.
Yeah, and it's especially because as I pull up the image for her here, it's the idea of just like, yeah, there's obviously some sex appeal too, but honestly, it's just so unique again for what Fire Emblem is. Like she's Tharja with even more work put into it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Like there's something to because so many Fire Emblem characters tend to be on the I'm just going to assume Ivy's number 1. There's no shot you've copied my number 1 because I think you already said you're done with 3 houses, so I don't have to worry.
Yeah.
But yeah, like she is taking obviously sex appeal, but taking also like the dark aspect of stuff because not a lot of Fire Emblem characters have that like that really heavy dark color palette kind of put into it, and especially with her, I don't know what you call that headpiece, but like, just it's such a style that's basically, from the I think it was the Fate series, Camille, like the purple hair, like really buxom.
Yes.
Girl.
Yep.
She looks like what they really would have wanted to do with Camille.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Like the technology finally caught up with the dream.
Yeah, because like I think. The only reason that Ivy didn't make my number 1 is because she's the most unique character I think that Fire Emblem has, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. But the person that I put number 1 to me just looks like the most quintessential Fire Emblem character out there, so that's why I went with that number 1. But if this was like straight up like a uniqueness, I think she would be number 1 all the way.
Yeah, that's why she ended up. She's not my number 1, but yeah, that's why she got my number 2 as well. Yeah.
All right, well, I'll let you know what my number 1 is, and then we'll figure it out from there. But in the meantime, I need to also readjust and figure out who's now. Thar just moved up to 4, so I'm going to do another tiebreaker to settle Celica and Claude. And Claude's going to get in there. So we do at least get one dude in there.
Nice.
Which, thank God, because it would have been very weird if we didn't. It'd be like, okay, look, and this is at the point where I can say, guys, I'm bi. Like, I'm trying really hard here.
Also, like, you can't blame us because the character designs for the guys, like we've said, are very copy-pasty. Like, you can just see a guy with blue hair and a sword, and you don't have to even have, played any of the Fire Emblem games, and you're like, that's a Fire Emblem character from Smash Brothers, I guarantee it. And you just you don't know which one it is, but they all kind of have that same look. So it's hard to get the unique, really cool character designs on the dudes when the developers, they don't do that.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, so my number 1 went with 3 houses, like I said, and I ended up going with Catherine. Catherine is because, as I pull the image up here, it's everything that I can think of with a Fire Emblem character just dialed up to 11.
Yes.
It's just regal as fuck looking, heavy armored, badass swordswoman looking character, and a little bit of dark skin, because that's a big thing too that I like with a lot of Fire Emblem characters, is because Japan also, I don't know what it is, because Japan doesn't do dark skin characters often, but whenever they do, they put so much fucking effort into them.
Yeah, they really do.
And I mean, we obviously see that with Claude as well. So like that's one off the top of my head. There was who was one of the villains from fucking Awakening? Oh, it was another like blonde girl. She had a bit of a dark skin to her, but had like this red armor or whatever. I can't think of her name. But like again, looked like a fucking badass.
Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely the Fire Emblem trope where they've got like the girl in the armor with the sword armor, but yeah, this one, Catherine, this is definitely the best version of that.
Like to me,
far.
like some people are gonna say, like, really, Catherine? I'm like, it's not because she's the best like design period. It's just the one that when I see her, I think that is the most obvious Fire Emblem character I've ever seen. So much so that it could have just been in Dark Deity or any other fan game, and I would have been like, yeah, no, that's also a Fire Emblem character. It's the exact same thing. What's the difference?
Yeah.
But what is your number one? And then we're going to figure out where these two sit.
So my number one is actually a pretty classic Fire Emblem character too. This one's all the way back from Blazing Blade. Back on
I'm assuming it's going to be Lynn then?
Yeah, it's Lynn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went with Lynn.
She was my runner-up at 6, and the only reason I couldn't keep her is because at the end of it, I have to throw a guy in here somewhere, because if I don't, it's going to be really bad. But like between her and Claude, it was struggling. I'm just like, okay, tiebreaker goes to the one unique thing between the two of you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's just Lynn. I kind of the same reason you were saying with Catherine. Like, there's just something about her design that is unique. Like when you see that character, the clothing or the hair, like the long green ponytail and stuff like that, like you immediately know it's Lynn. Like it's a unique design, no copy pasting out there for her. But also, she just looks so Fire Emblem. Like you were talking about Catherine being just you look and it's like that's a Fire Emblem character. Lynn to me is the same. And again, loved her back in the Blazing Blade, but also even just with her being pulled into Engage was also obviously it was going to happen, but I just love it. Like, great design.
Yeah, the one thing that like when I really tried to fit her in there, and it just came down to, again with her and Claude, like both of their respective gear is very nicely designed in all the right spots. Like Claude with his cape and a little bit of the gold kind of touches here and there. Lynn with the bit of stuff on the collar and the gold trim on her sleeves. Like it's all very well put together.
Very, very well put together. Yeah. And there hasn't been many even just like green-haired character since, which is kind of weird. You'd think there'd be a lot more, but
if they do, they usually go to the brighter green. So like they really,
yeah.
I mean, obviously with female characters, especially main characters is what I was trying to say there. They do try to not overly design them, except for Engage. But yeah, because I'm even thinking like when we're talking Sacred Stones, like if you want to talk about green hair, what was was it? No, not Miriam. That's not who I'm thinking of. Oh my god. Sacred Stones, Fire Emblem. What was her goddamn name? I'm blanking. I know Ephraim was the brother. What was the goddamn
I'm
name?
quickly looking too, because I'm like, who?
Elrica. There we go.
Elrica. Oh yes, yeah, there she is actually.
I keep thinking she had green hair. I'm like, nope, it was more of like the teal.
Yeah,
thing.
tealish.
From the same game, you want to talk about green hair. Vanessa, on the other hand.
Yep.
Yeah, green hair they do sporadically, but when they do, it's usually like toxic green.
Yeah.
Lynn they definitely toned it down so that way she would blend together really well. But it also does make the I wouldn't call it dress, but like her attire just really pops.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, the cutout like legs thing is very character design for the time. Like that was very popular with fighting games and stuff. Maybe not as much with the tactic RPG, but it definitely works. I've always loved that character design. I've always thought it's so
granted,
good.
when they were designing it originally, we were talking about for like I don't even think it was Game Boy. It would have been
Game Boy Advance.
What was Blade? Well, it was released to us. Was actually Blazing Sword Game Boy Advance as well, or did it end up being Blazing Blade? Was it originally elsewhere? Let me double check. No, it was originally Game Boy Advance. Okay, because I know some of them they kind of ported around, so I couldn't remember which one went where.
Yes, they did.
But yeah, no, I mean, obviously, like, I'm trying to see, like, even on the cover, the original design for her is not, like, they've obviously cleaned it up even more once the Fire Emblem Heroes really gave a lot of these older characters a brand new breath of life.
Oh yeah. Different outfits, different everything.
Well, not even just different outfits, but just having to like make brand new art for them.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so now I just need to settle with a coin flip. Let's say heads will be Lynn, tails will be Catherine, and we are unchanged. So can't go 3 for 3. Then again, Claude was higher on your list, so technically Claude winning is more of a win for you. So you know what? You're still technically 2 for 3.
True. I'll take it.
Should I be a smartass?
If you'd like to.
I am. Your name is actually Lindis. Haha.
Oh, you're going to do her full name.
I know the lore.
Yeah.
And, like, man, like, there's so much you're leaving off the table.
Oh, my God. I quickly looked at just, like, a list of characters and stuff to refresh my memory. There is a lot of Fire Emblem characters, and there was a lot I had to leave out. I made a list of probably about 15 characters.
Yeah,
and
like
then
off the
was
top of
pushing
my
them around.
head, Sully from Awakening, just because she's so like very like much more muscular, had the like pointed red hair. Petra from Three Houses.
Petra, that was my go-to.
Oh my God, who am I missing? Gaius from Awakening as well. I have a big Awakening. Awakening is still my favorite game, so.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Was there any other? Like I said earlier, with Pan and Yarn.
Lapis was the one girl's name with the pink hair that I thought was really cool. Unica from I think she was in Engaged. She was really cool.
Yeah, like now that we're getting into obviously the modern games, we're seeing way more like uniqueness to a lot of these characters. Again, like Ivy, flows very well now because they're starting to get a little bit sillier with stuff, which makes it more fun, which means character designs are way better in the long term because not everything has to be. I know that Catherine was my number one and is very, I don't want to say bare bones, but like pretty simplistic in what it actually is, but just does everything correctly.
Yes.
But like, really, it was Awakening that kind of really started leaning heavily into like, okay, here's a couple of weird oddball characters.
Yes.
There was the one guy in Fates, Arthur, who just looked like he came off of like a Beautiful Joe.
Yeah, he did.
I'm just waiting to see until finally like there's a guest character in a Fire Emblem game, and we're just like, wait, what the hell's Mario doing here?
Mario.
Well, let's be honest, it would be a Zelda character before anything else.
That's one of the only ones that would fit a little bit.
Like, let's be real, Urbosa in fucking Fire Emblem would be sick.
She would fit. She would fit real well.
Yeah,
yeah.
I would even go with Link first, honestly. Like that's too easy.
Yeah. They could even do Linkle or whatever the girl version of Link is.
You still don't go with either of those. It's too simple.
Okay.
Too simple. But yeah, no, I think it's a pretty decent list.
This is a really good list.
We could do this 1,000 times, and like you could come up with a pretty good like list of 5 at any point because there's just so many now. I mean, it's what you get for a game that has also a shit ton of characters in it. So
like insane amounts. Like so many.
But yeah, that's going to do it. So we are going to take this off the air. But hey, I know that this list isn't going to be your list for whoever's watching this. Like, there's so many damn characters in this series. So let us know what were the most egregious misses, or hey, is there any hidden gems that like that not a lot of people put attention to? Because I think Catherine was a pretty deep cut for me. So I'd like to hear what everybody else's deep cuts were. So let us know in the comments below. But otherwise, you guys know the drill here on YouTube. Like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. So take care, and bye-bye for now.